That's what kept me going. But at the time, it was like, you know, dreamland.
Well, like you say, it's a big awakening when people are out there. A number of people that phone our office and say, we live in a fascist state. You know, what is this? What can we do about it? Well, maybe after 6 or 7 hours, we'll all know.
Well, I was reading his books, as I always do, and now I can't believe I've actually seen him face to face. But I take it all very seriously, and only a fool wouldn't.
He's a great man. It's like a pilgrimage, yeah?
See, everything he said 10 years ago, and that I thought, that's impossible, it's all come true. Well, he's got me convinced, and there's no turning back.
Hello and welcome everybody to the Brixton Academy. At this point, I was going to come out with all sorts of words like how I've known David for 35 years and how he's given the last 15 to researching all that he writes and talks about. But to be quite honest with you, you've not come here to hear or see me, so there's no more to be said, and I would like to say, welcome, David Icke.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
This was George Bush. You're free, and freedom is beautiful. And you know it'll take time to restore chaos and order. Order out of chaos, but we will. Order out of chaos, or as I've dubbed it, problem, reaction, solution. Simple, devastating, played on us by the day.
Nobody laughs because they actually listen. They want to listen to what he's saying. And I think only then when you've listened to what somebody says, can you give an input into what they're saying.
You want to change society in a way that you know if you announce it openly, you're going to get massive reaction. So you don't announce it openly, you play this scam.
You know, you read a book and you go and hear somebody speak and you'll find it's not what you thought it was. He is not who you think he is.
Stage one, you create a problem. Could be a terrorist event, could be a war, it could be a run on a currency, could be a bird flu.
He's never said, you must believe what I say. I think he'll go out there and say, I'm not telling you to believe what I'm telling you now. I am passing on information that I have uncovered and gleaned over 15 years of research. Make of it what you will.
I've just described 9/11, by the way. And I was in a bar just after 9/11, and I was watching CNN live. And I saw Bush stand up and say, and I saw this plane hit the World Trade Center. And he said, this is word for word, he said, and I thought, what a terrible pilot. That's what he said. The first plane was not shown on live television, only the second one. No way in the world is it possible for him to have seen the first plane hit. Total frickin' lies. Wanted for terrorism. Biggest terrorist in the world. I've had the hands-on healing and I've had the acupuncture and I've still got verbal sodding diarrhea. I can't shift it. I can just keep talking. But if we come back in 1 hour, and then we'll go into the last part, which is the most important. Thank you very much. Oh, God. Oh, God. I am so naked. All right, mate. We've not met. Just grab a seat. Do you want a drink? Hello, John. Hello, mate.
How you doing, man?
That is just.
No, you're absolutely right. But seriously.
No, I'm saying you're breaking my heart.
Man, seriously, everyone out there loves you. Yeah. Loves you. You're so great, Dave, man. Seriously, you're doing so much for these people. Yeah. It's like.
You are.
Yeah, I'm choked, man. I just don't know how you do it. You rule, man. You rule.
Cheers, mate.
Do you need anything?
All right, darling. I was just looking at my watch there. Actually, I wasn't looking at my watch for people to go, although you know, I was looking at my watch because when you come off, 1:30.
No, but I have to say that we are contracted here till 9.
I came off at 6:30. I'll be back on at 7:30, so that will give me 2 hours.
Not a minute over.
Do I drop the reptilian thing and just concentrate on the last bit? Do you reckon?
My gut feeling is yes, you do.
Okay, but I mean, there's going to be people out there going, when the reptilians coming on? You know what I mean?
Well,
but
they've come in here and paid for a 7-hour talk, and that's what they're getting.
yes, I have. Yeah, I'll go with the nature of reality.
Okay, so
that will allow me to.
On a 9:15 cut off.
Yeah, that's an hour and 45 minutes. I'll do it.
Yeah.
Thank you. I had an experience over the last week. My mother died. She was in her 80s, and I went up for the funeral.
Lord of life, you have made us in your image, to reflect your truth and light. We give you thanks for Barbara, for the grace and mercy she received from you.
First of all, I faced some challenges in my life, but getting through this is going to be one of the biggest. I went up for the funeral, and I was asked if I wanted to go and see my mother in the coffin. Now, I would have said, no, I want to remember her as she is, but something said to me, go, go, go. You know, I went down to see my mother, and she was lying in the coffin this morning. And next to her was that picture. And I looked at my mother in the coffin, and I looked at the picture. That had no life. That was full of life. That was my mother. That was the computer with my mother gone. My mother's not in that coffin. My mother's not being cremated today. The vehicle that she used to experience this world and walk among us is what's being cremated today. Look at the sparkle in those eyes. Look at the energy. My mother is still alive because she cannot be anything but alive, because she is infinite consciousness that cannot be destroyed. All that was my mother has simply left this tiny frequency range that our eyes can perceive and now exists on another. When I came to the Isle of Wight, I fell in love with the place originally because of the steam trains. And we come here quite a lot, don't we?
Yeah.
But we also go all over the country, me and Jay. We have a holiday every year, don't we?
Yeah.
And we go to steam train lines in different parts of the country. We've seen virtually all of them now. We haven't been to Scotland, have we?
No.
And we're going to Wales this year, the Llangollen Railway, which is beautiful. So you kind of strange life. You move from these kind of really big questions to, you know, what engine's on Avon Street today, you know, and oh, Leicester City going to stay up, don't you?
Only you think about that.
Well, only you think. I don't think that's true. I'm sad. Well, you support Portsmouth, so we got that in common.
Why should we believe you?
I am asking no one in this theatre, no one watching this programme, no one on this planet to believe a word of it.
But why are you saying it then?
Because the fundamental law of creation is that of free will. And I frankly don't care what anyone thinks. They have free will to make their own choices on what is said. I say wait and see.
Ladies and gentlemen, David Icke.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. For every person in Brixton, there are vastly, vastly more people, thousands, millions around the world now, who are also in the same mode of thought that they are, in terms of wanting to know what's happening in the world, because the official versions of what's going on make absolutely no sense.
To swallow, but it's all the facts that are backed up. You know, there's evidence. A bit too much for the baby. He fell asleep. He got very excited, especially about the Illuminati.
You know, as he says before, like 10 years ago you'd have got laughter at it, but now people are like, you know, he knows his stuff. He knows his stuff.
That's powerful.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I've died and gone to heaven. Great day.
Well done, Butler.
You enjoy it, Jay?
Yeah, I watched the last hour and a half or so.
Did you understand a lot of it in the end?
Yeah.
That's how you create a life that you want, mate. That's how you create a life you want. You do it from a young age and nothing's impossible. You want it, you know it, you'll do it. It's comforting to me in a way, not least for my children. I remember my daughter Kerry saying to me, you know, Dad, one day I'm going to be able to walk down Union Street and I'm going to be able to say, my dad's not mad. Look at what he said, look at what is happening. He was right. We're now at a point where she's close to being able to say that. To see it come out the other side, it's like change just breaking off. What they want to do is hold us where we've always been, in the eggshell. Hold us in this computer level sense of reality we call the five senses, and disconnected from the infinite consciousness. They want to manipulate what is in our heads so that we see the world they want. The only truth is we are infinite consciousness. We are all that ever has been. Only when we know who we are can we know freedom. Not free of the next Blair Bush introduced law, not free of, but free. The Illuminati Orwellian state is not the immovable object. It's there because we're holding it there. When we choose not to, it will crash.
A story with conspiracy at its heart. Ahead of the new series coming soon, our Prison Break Series 1 replay continues next.